My kids are at the grandparents' house. There's silence in the air, and it's time to get rid of all their toys. Hey guys, I'm Sarah here from Work Life Glue, where we glue work and life together one piece at a time. We love to post videos about organizing, decluttering, maximizing our time with our family, and getting all the things done we have to get done as two busy working parents. I have been on a minimalist journey to some extent for the last year or two, and I've changed things around a lot. I've changed my mind a lot, and I think I have come up with a solution for toys, at least for the time being. A lot has changed. We have two little girls, one's 4, one is 1, and we had moved everything into our older daughter's room because the littler one would dump everything out in our living room, but she's now a little bit of an older toddler and listens a lot better, and so I think it's time we can move our toys back into our living space. I don't like them in our older daughter's room because the only time she plays with them is when she's supposed to be sleeping, and so I'd like to allow our children to play more around us in the living space. Okay, so this is the current state of our older daughter Celia's room. I mean, it's not horrible, but it could be a lot better. So these bins have toys in them, and these are gonna get moved downstairs. I got dress up stuff, and I mean, she puts pictures everywhere. Babies. She's got a ton of stuff in her bed, no matter how I try. This is another reason, because she's a hoarder and hoards everything in her bed and like has no room to sleep, so I don't want this stuff in here. And I think most of these are empty. One of them. Barbie accessories and Barbies. And we get toys up here. She likes to hoard things. Let me know if you have a preschooler who loves to hoard things. And then we've got life-size Barbie that I really don't like, but was a gift. And all these books. I will go through the book plan later, but I just want to tackle all the toys. And then yes, I like to buy ahead of time, thrifted, and at garage sales, and so those are all her 5T clothes because she's currently in 4T. But this is all gonna go. That way whenever our younger daughter joins her room, she'll have a whole half a closet. And under her bed, we have a dollhouse that I'm actually gonna move out of under here because she doesn't really play with it under here. And then we keep her Duplos under here, but I wanna bring those back to the dining room, which I'll show you guys, because she doesn't really play with them up here, and now her younger sister, I think, is getting old enough to play with her instead of just destroying all her stuff. I sometimes feel like I'm just constantly reorganizing, but when you have little children, they change so fast. So I had everything downstairs. The little one kept dumping it everywhere and I was getting so frustrated, so I decided to move it out. But now she, a few months later, is ready to handle it. So it's okay if you have to change things around. Like, there's nothing wrong with it because your kids change so fast. And here in our living room, this is where the toys are going to get relocated to. I just recently bought this. It looks like the IKEA one, but it's actually a Better Homes and Gardens from Walmart because we don't have a IKEA super close. And then I got these taupe colored bins. They were on clearance for $3.50 a piece. So for a little over $100, I have this whole new unit, and that's all their toys have to fit in there except the Duplos. So mark my words, I'm gonna do it. We do have a little play kitchen in here. I'm gonna figure out a home for these, and this will stay. And then what used to be behind the couch was this IKEA Hemnes unit with a random shovel on it. And these are gonna hold our Duplos, I believe, and maybe, I don't know, I'll decide when I get there. I gotta move that ottoman, but I've always wanted to keep that in this space because I just think it fits so well under our window here in our dining room, and now I finally can. And then here in our little one's nursery, she doesn't have a whole lot of toys besides her stuffed animals, but she does have this toy box with some random stuff, so I'm gonna go through that as well. She does play in here. She likes her crib a lot when she's getting really fussy and it's like dinner time, but we don't have supper quite ready yet, so she'll play in there, and we just give her her little bee backpack full of toys and put it in there, and she just loves it. But I don't think we need to keep all of this stuff. But behind her door, she does have a lot of books, but we do read most of those, and those over there as well. And then this is the current state of her closet. I'm hoping to move this organizer back into Celia's room now that I won't have that shelf thing underneath all her clothes, so we'll see. So I got all the toys out that were hidden around her room, and now I'm gonna sort them into bins, and I'm only keeping the ones I want to keep. I'm gonna get rid of a lot. She's got some random stuff, like the little, you know, McDonald's toys or prizes from school or whatever. I will probably be getting rid of. Okay, so first up, I'm gonna do dress up clothes, or like, you know, imaginative play stuff. I'm gonna bring these masks downstairs. I do daycare, so we have a whole bunch of masks in the basement I'm gonna combine those with. And then there's always random stuff in every bin. Ah. Cool thing is, the Docker set fits right in here. So just gonna put that in there. Okay, baby dolls, I'm gonna put in here. And their accessories. The play food is already downstairs. Figure that out. So Celia has dress up clothes over here, but I don't know, just want to get rid of them in here and put them in a basket because they don't really get played with because they're up here and not where she plays. So I think I'm actually going to hang like her robes and stuff on here and her tutus and stuff for dance. But the other stuff can come downstairs. Okay, Barbie and Barbie accessories. I have decided I'm going to keep all these because Cecilia does really like them, and you know, it's fun to have a few different ones. Some are like princess ones. But as far as the accessories, anything, any teeny tiny piece that's a choking hazard, I'm just throwing away. The shoes I'm throwing away. These little cups I'm not throwing away, but donating, because I have lots of little kids in this house and I don't need to worry about those pieces everywhere when they don't really matter. I mean, none of these Barbies have shoes on them because they don't play with them, so I'm just gonna get rid of those. Okay, I'm feeling really good because I only have 4 bins I'm taking down with me that are going to go in here, and I have 1 for play food already in there and 1 baby's toys that I'll go through. But I feel really good that I didn't even fill up all 6 bins. These will go in the dining room in those darker colored wicker bins. And then I also have here, this is stuff to relocate to other places in the house. This is all donate. This is stuff that goes to the basement for the daycare, and this is all garbage. So what I'm gonna do now is, since this is staying, I'm just gonna go through all the random stuff in here. LOL dolls, little, I don't know, those squishy, mash 'em, whatever, and her dollhouse pieces, which will be staying up here. She really does play with them, so I will at least keep those. Now Celia's room is pretty much got all the toys how I want it, so I'm gonna go through Bryony's little stash here. Much better. Does anybody else get really hot when they organize? I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm down here in the living room now. I've got my bins of stuff and a couple other play clothes dresses of Celia's. I think I'm gonna do labels eventually, black and white, just so that, you know, they'll have a picture on it so the girls know, but I don't want it too colorful because I don't want it to take away from our living space, but I'm okay having toys in our living space. This is where I want our kids to play and have fun and be around us and make memories together. So I'm okay with that. I also have a bin here of just like baby toddler toys, because when I'm making lunch during the daycare day, the toddlers play, but I don't need this giant bin full of stuff. And then I also have all this play food and kitchen accessories I'm gonna go through as well. And I have 2 more empty bins. I'm not gonna try to fill, but I may separate the play food from the play like plates and spoons and all that kind of stuff. And then I also have this baby stuff. I think I will keep this stroller up here because Bryony is obsessed with it, but I think I will move this down to the basement. That was my original intention for it. I may donate those babies because I don't really like them, but I think, yeah, that will go down to the basement for my dramatic play area for my daycare kids. And I think I am going to donate the barn because they don't really play with it. I'm really happy, guys. I actually fit everything in the play kitchen. I have all the coffee and tea party stuff. The play food all fits in that little bin. All of the bowls and spoons and menus and pots and pans go there. A tray and a basket and a chef hat and an oven mitt. So much better. Oh my gosh. And even if they dump it all out, it's really easy to put all back. Okay, I decided I will keep the barn for right now. I have 3 open bins left and it actually fits in here. So I'm gonna keep the barn and the animals. If they play with it, I will keep it. But if in a couple months they haven't played with it, then I will donate. Okay, I'm here in the dining room. I've got these wicker baskets that I'm gonna put all of our Duplo stuff in. And I like to separate them. I know it's probably way more work and for no reason. But I like to put all the flat pieces in one spot and then the specialty stuff in another, like, you know, the more specialty pieces, and then with the people probably. And then all the extra just regular blocks will go in the last one. My girls do really like to play with these. I am excited for them to eventually play with the small Legos. I know that most parents hate them, but I have a plan in mind when that time comes. These are kind of big and I still have our older daughter play with them up high, so her little sister isn't getting into them as much. But I like to separate them out and it just makes it easier because I'm usually building with them. Okay, I've got all those organized. Really excited about this. So I've definitely made progress. I have 2 empty bins here, which we will see what becomes of those, but I feel good about that. Like, all of our kids' toys fit in 6 bins, a little bit in the play kitchen, Duplo's over there, and then just the dollhouse in Celia's room. I think that's pretty good. Now, granted, I do have daycare, so I have half of our house with toys, but our kids don't play with those after hours. Those are strictly during daycare. And if I were to quit doing daycare right now, I would get rid of almost all of that except maybe some of the craft supplies. So it's not like we have a ton and ton and ton. So I think you guys can still replicate this even if you don't do daycare, because this is our only toys for our particular kids, not the daycare. And this overflowing basket is all the stuff that I need to donate, and as well as that, and then this little one is stuff I just need to put in different spots in the house because they were not where they belong. Okay, now it's time to tackle books. I'm gonna get all the books from Celia's room into the middle of the room and start sorting. She can keep her 5-minute story books in here and a few books like with Lift the Flaps that she likes to look at, and like her Bibles and stuff. But other than that, that is all that's staying in here. The rest is gonna go down into our daycare area where I already have a ton of books. I'm gonna go through Bryony's, and I have some in the living room as well. There are a lot of books I wanna keep because I read to the daycare kids a ton, I read to Celia a ton, but I also bought a book rack that I'm gonna put together for Celia's room for her favorite books and her library books. Okay, so I'm keeping a lot more in her room than I thought I would be, but I'm happy with it. So we've got all the 5-minute stories and like different anthologies here. This I might actually take to the car because it's got a CD and the books, and I think it would be good for her to learn like how to turn the page and stuff like that. This Eric Carle one, we love Berenstain Bears. I keep them up here because we read them all the time. She's got these me readers. She still does like to read these like before bed if she's not tired yet. So keep those. We've got some books I don't want to give to the daycare because they would wreck them, and they're special to us and we like to look through them. All of her Pinkalicious books, she loves Pinkalicious. We've got chapter books that we're learning to read together. These I had growing up and I found them thrifted, and I'm going to keep them for her. A book San wrote. And then we've just got some other specialty books, Bible stories. And these are like kind of like teach life lesson kind of books that we want to read to her on a regular basis. Potty training books, because Bryony's getting closer to that age, are Bob books, and then books about becoming a big sister for whenever we have another baby. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how much better it feels in here. Lighter, brighter, airier, and quieter. I have space now for anything she needs to hang up that we want available. I put all her blankets in one bin, all the dollhouse stuff, and then all her bed linens. Her bed is so much clearer now. All her books are over here. And then under her bed now is this little reading nook with all our library books, a little beanbag chair, and her favorite looking books in the new book storage thing I just put together. It was super easy. I'll link it below. They're really inexpensive and easy to put together. And now she can pick whatever book she wants, take it to her bed, or read under here, but there's not so much stuff all over her room. The rest of her room looks so much better, so much less stuff everywhere. And her closet has a whole half that's pretty much empty, just some random stuff that I wanted to hang on to that we use a lot, but oh, so much better. I really hope you guys enjoyed decluttering with me. In just a few hours, I got so much done. My house feels so much quieter and calmer and more peaceful. I am enriching my children's ability to play deeply and eliminating some of the nighttime struggles and nap time struggles of playing when you're supposed to be sleeping. I hope this inspired you guys. Make sure you stop by on Friday. I'm gonna actually be doing something similar in our daycare space, but I'm gonna be getting it ready for the summer, making some big changes. So make sure you stop by then. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.